Hi there and welcome to Apple World. Diddy and his family are up to speed in one of the most chaotic and stunning outrages we've found in years. We're not simply talking about Diddy any longer. His children, his girl, and, surprisingly, his mom are currently smack in the center of a legitimate tempest that is taking steps to blow everything completely open. Stacey Schneider and Stacey, you say the present prosecution peruses like a horde prosecution. What was generally surprising to you about every one of these claims? Better believe the reality, Jake, that the government in this arraignment introduced proof asserting that Sean Combs was running. So what's the most recent? Well, only a couple of days prior, Diddy got grabbed up by the federal authorities, and believe us, this isn't your standard superstar embarrassment. The full prosecution reports have recently been delivered, and we should just say the family international IDs aren't the only thing that has been seized. According to reports, the federal authorities took everything Diddy's homes, not assaulted in New York and Miami, and thought about what they even seasoned the visas of his children. Yes, you heard that right. Diddy children, little girls, and, surprisingly, his own mom needed to give up their visas to the specialists. Keeping in mind that Diddy's girls may be excessively youthful to be up to speed in this wreck, everyone's eyes are on Justin and Christian, his two developed children, since things are looking truly dubious for them right now. On the off chance that the public authority will order that they are liable for your prosperity, they need to guarantee the security of your prosperity. Supposedly, Justin and Christian are on the run, attempting to avoid the federal authorities, and truly, who can fault them? Assuming you made up for lost time in something as serious as this, you'd most likely be searching for an exit plan as well. Be that as it may, the inquiry everybody's posing is, are they liable, and provided that this is true, at legitimate fault for what precisely, and a great deal of the claimed proof that has been accumulated in this case was from those two attacks that were directed on his own homes in Miami and Los Angeles, and the arraignment names that, the things held on to that were that he purportedly made recordings of these exhibitions as that have been named freak-offs. Now we should rewind a piece, since this entire wreck didn't simply come all of a sudden. We as a whole, remember when the fact that lawsuit makes Cassie Diddy X recorded last year, right? That is when everything truly began to unwind. However, no one, and we mean no one, anticipated that things should twist crazy like this. At first, we were simply discussing common claims, certain they were not kidding around, however, criminal charges. That is something else altogether game when the federal authorities plunged in and attacked Diddy's homes, snatching video film, and more. That is when everybody knew this wasn't simply one more big-name embarrassment that would unobtrusively disappear. This was going to detonate the genuine and defining moment came when the federal authorities got their hands on a really long time of film from Diddy's surveillance cameras. And you all, if even half the bits of gossip about what's on those tapes are valid, Diddy and his team are in some serious difficulty. Individuals have been murmuring regarding these tapes for some time. Be that as it may, presently a federal authority has them, and it's about to get genuine. Just read, we should discuss the tapes briefly on the grounds that this is where Justin and Christian get hauled into the wreck. Clearly, Justin's name came up as a result of what a few people are calling his contribution in arranging. How about we simply say some exceptionally obscure exercises, as per a claim documented by one of Diddy's previous workers. Lil Pole Justin was supposedly in charge of tracking down individuals to take part in what's being called freak-offs. You can fill in the spaces, yet essentially this is important for the examination concerning Diddy's case, and it's not looking great for Justin, and the last thing he needs is to wind up behind bars with his dad. Is it genuine? Well, the federal authorities are attempting to sort that out, yet assuming that Justin truly was involved, he may be confronting something very similar. As his father's concern for Christian things isn't vastly improved, he's confronting allegations of his own, and they're simply as serious. One of the claims specifies an occurrence that supposedly went down on a family occasion last year. A lady named Elegance O'Mara approached, guaranteeing she was attacked by a Christian while filling in as an attendant on the Combs family yacht. As indicated by her, this wasn't some wild party. It was assumed to be a family-accommodating occasion. However, Christian purportedly went too far. Effortlessness asserts that while she was simply taking care of her business, Christian made some very unseemly advances. She even says that after a short squabble, she figured out how to ward him off, yet not previously being cornered again. Soon thereafter, she's given photographs of injuries on her arm to back up her story, and she says that the occurrence has left her genuinely scarred now. So what is the straightaway? Is he going to be in prison in this office until the preliminary starts? Is there an opportunity he might, get moved sooner than that, as of this second, as of this hour starting today? Yes, obviously, as I referenced before, they will be engaging this thing. Close to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Requests to upset the appointed authority structure here to attempt. What's more, get him really delivered. So presently, with these sorts of charges against both Justin and Christian, you can see why bits of hearsay are flying that the two of them may be attempting to get out of town. The federal authorities are now checking out their contribution, and it wouldn't be the first time somebody in a situation like this attempted to vanish before things got the fact that Justin makes more lamentable is likewise important. What's more, Christian both appeared in court to support their father when this entire thing initially began. However, from that point forward, crickets have gone radio quiet, and presently the talk factory is turning with murmurs that they're on the run. The inquiry is for how long, and could they at any point truly stow away from this? That is my starting response, since that is the manner by which I continuously feel when I see circumstances like this. And afterward, there's this unusual feeling of melancholy, since it is Diddy, right? Diddy is a hip jump legend. He's a common individual who did remarkable things to stay here and behave like the man was certainly not a colossal piece of our childhood. It's a damn falsehood. So there's this unusual feeling of anguish, like another of our legends has destroyed their heritage, and it's their own shortcoming on account of poor decisions. However, stand by. It gets significantly juicier the way that the specialist took all of the relatives' travel papers, counting the more youthful girls, has individuals scratching their heads. What do the children have to do with this? Sure, they're most likely not straightforwardly involved, however, yet it raises an entire pack of questions. For what reason are the FED seizing visas from messes, with certain individuals are saying it could have to do with Seaward records, and that is where things get truly fascinating. Assuming that D was attempting to conceal his cash abroad, perhaps his children's travel papers were essential for the arrangement. It's everything theory as of now. However, we should be genuine. It wouldn't be the init. Isle time, a VIP got found attempting to stash their money in one more country to keep away from the law. Don't figure he don't know. You pay those legal counselors to realize those legal counselors understand what he's going to beat, and those attorneys understand what he won't beat. Presently back to Justin and Christian, the fans are parted on this one. Some are saying that Diddy children are simply casualties of the circumstance hauled into their father's wreck without having a very remarkable decision, however. Others aren't entirely certain we should tell the truth. If these charges about Justin being engaged with setting up some of these obscure circumstances are valid, it's going to be difficult for him to play the casualty truck in Christian if the story about the occurrence on the yacht holds up in court. That is another significant blow. Fans are as of now communicating their assessments on the web, and some of them are directly calling for both Just and Christian to be considered responsible. It's one thing to help your dad in difficult stretches. However, it's something else completely to be associated with something similar. Conduct One fan summarized it impeccably, saying Diddy children can be both casualties and culprits. You can grieve for the young men who didn't have a decision while holding the men they are today responsible. It's an admirable sentiment. Justin and Christian were naturally introduced to a life of acclaim and honor, yet at some point they settled on their own choices, and assuming those choices were to continue in their dad's strides, they're going to need to confront the results just like any other person. And afterward, there's the entire issue of why the little girls' identifications were taken while Justin and Christian apparently still have theirs. It's causing a commotion, to say the least. One fan called attention to for what reason do the ladies need to endure while the men get to plot and plan? It's a fair inquiry, particularly since Diddy's girls are very youthful to be associated with any of this. The way that their identifications were seized recommends that the specialists are being amazingly careful, and it may simply be a prudent step, yet it doesn't make what is going on any less sad for the honest individuals of the Combs family that, this is the finish of the as of now Diddy story, as far as we might be concerned. Things aren't solid for anybody involved yet. The genuine inquiry is the ticket. Far will this examination go, and are Justin and Christian truly on the run, or, on the other hand, is this simply one more talk in an ocean of hypothesis, with the state of affairs unfurling its inevitable? Before we find more solutions, yet one thing's without a doubt, this is only the start of what will be a long, untidy, and possible, extremely open legitimate fight for the whole Combs family, and we should not fail to remember the federal authorities are playing for the long haul. This isn't just about Diddy's notoriety any longer. This is about a full-scale criminal examination that is pulling in everybody around him. If Justin, what's more, Christian were savvy, they'd be attempting to stretch out beyond. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.